I think that part of the problem is we need to get more Canadian investors who are willing to invest in Canadian startups.
Mhm.
And I think we need to have Canadian organizations and client side companies that are willing to be first adopters. Because I think a big part of the problem is you might build some really awesome Canadian technology, but a lot of organizations don't want to spend the risk on buying you first when, why would I buy you when I can just buy IBM or get Microsoft or, I can justify this to my board. Because if your technology doesn't work or if you had some security issue and then you became a supply chain risk, I lose my job for picking you.
Yeah.
So I think the attitude around Canadian innovation on the client side needs to change, and we need to get more investment money. And we also need to focus on teaching founders how to tell their stories and tell their narratives. Because, like, I don't know about you, but when I hear a lot of founders pitch, like, there is almost this smug sense of entitlement, like, oh, you should get my thing because I know my thing's best.
Mhm.
And it's just like, okay, but you haven't actually addressed my problem statement, or you haven't told me a story that conveys why your solution could help solve problems that I might actually have. So I think if you get more founders that I don't know if it's Toastmasters or if there's specific training that we could offer them, just like how to sell, and that's a skill set that I think a lot of Canadian founders are lacking, because that'll go a long way for them to get their money and to build their market and to eventually convince these boards and these executives on the client side in Canada that hey, taking a shot on a Canadian startup, even though no one else has already done so, it might actually be worthwhile.
Nice.